Early on in my pregnancy, I was sick every single day. The nausea and the morning sickness was horrible. We figured out that it was connected to a medication that I was on. And once I got off of that, I was fine. So my doctor said, okay, good. Now you can go take your glucose test. I went and took the 3-hour glucose test and failed. And I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. It was a big bummer to know that I was gonna have to have more of a difficult pregnancy than most. Working with the maternal fetal medicine office was a good experience. Dr. Moore was always very informative. He always let me know exactly what was going on, helped make the process and the whole situation of having gestational diabetes easier to deal with. A lot crosses your mind, but luckily the doctors there, they helped so that I knew that it wasn't gonna be as bad as I thought. I went into labor naturally at 38 weeks. We made it to the hospital around 1:30 in the morning, and we were put in a room and getting ready for labor. Just an exciting moment to be in there and knowing we're not leaving this hospital without a baby. When I finally got to meet Emery, I cried immediately, which I wasn't sure if I would, but oh man, it hit me like a ton of bricks that she's here, she's mine, she's my heart outside of my body, and I'm gonna have this little best friend forever. The evening she was born, we had what they call a dusky spell. She spit up and it was kind of mucusy and was stuck in her airway. And I looked at her face and she started turning blue. I called the nurses. They came in immediately and got her and took her out. And when she left and we didn't know just how bad it was gonna be, me and my husband broke down. It was such a scary moment. Luckily, the nurses came back in pretty quickly to tell us that she was okay. And then we got to see the doctor from the NICU who came in and told us that she was gonna have to stay in the NICU. We didn't know how long she was gonna be there for. It just depended on her progress. But the first thing that crossed my mind was that I might be leaving this hospital without my baby. And that just made my heart sink. And then once we actually got to go see her the next morning, we got to meet the nurses that were taking care of her, and then our hearts were so much more settled about it because the nurses there were just angels. It seemed like they genuinely cared about my baby like it was their own family member. They kept me very informed, made sure that it was a priority, that if it was possible that we could all go home at the same time when I was discharged, and they made that happen. It meant a lot to me to have a place where everything and all the help that I needed could be done in one spot. Not knowing that I was gonna go through these things, in hindsight, so glad, and just very beneficial going through a pregnancy, especially as a first-time mom. I would tell anybody that I know that's pregnant to come to Woman's. You'll be taken care of. And it was life-changing.